Hello, yo, what's up? Welcome back to Big Deb Energy Podcast, the podcast where we talk about anything but politics. Because who wants to talk about that miserable shit? Let's talk about my miserable shit. Last time I was here, I told you guys about how I was attacked by a little boy at work. Well, my coworker actually watched that episode and he came running up to me. He's like, "Oh my god, I was here that day. I didn't know that he went after you." And he saw the camera footage. Can you imagine? And I just said camera footage. But yeah, he was like grabbing all these girls' asses. And then the cop went up to him and grabbed his arm and he like fell to his knees and he was like, "No!" So my theory of him being nonverbal was wrong. I was incorrect. It's rare, so I'll take it. I'll take the L. And he knew he was wrong. So put a fucking leash on that miniature Gary Coleman. Because yes, that's what me and my coworker figured out. That this little guy looked like Gary Coleman. He was a little more light skinned. But yeah, at a glance, Gary Coleman. So yeah, like what, I don't understand. So, my boss recently left the company. Boo hoo. I did like him though. He was cool. He let me go on vacation with no problem. He trusted me. That's rare. And we had a little going away party for him. And it was all quiet and awkward. And I'm like, "Where's the liquor?" Trying to lighten up the mood. No one laughed. No one laughed. I'm like, "I know, it ain't funny. We could be having a lot more fun and enjoying each other's company for real. This is why I need to plan all the parties." But recently, I filled you all in about how we went on vacation. We went on a carnival cruise. If it left from the Miami port, which I've been to Miami a handful of times, and I usually stay in South Beach. But this time around, we actually stayed in North Beach. And it was different. There's definitely differences, so I'm going to tell you what they are. When you go to South Beach, it's full of nightlife, clubs, bars, everywhere. But you gotta be careful. A lot of the restaurants and bars, they look good. And this is mostly along Ocean Drive, which is the street right near the beach. A lot of it's crappy food. My one friend got food poisoning once. And it's all overpriced. I cannot justify spending $12 on a beer. What are you going to do? And you're guaranteed to get a 15% gratuity added to your check. When we stayed in North Beach, we actually noticed that the food was like half the price of South Beach. And you could actually find a beer for like $5 or $6. That was cool. And the one restaurant we went to did not add the gratuity. So, North Beach is more family friendly. You can't smoke on the beach. There's not that much to do. We didn't see many bars or clubs. You go to South Beach. When you're on the beach, people are smoking weed. You got guys walking up and down the beach trying to sell you mixed drinks and beers and weed. And you're not going to see that on North Beach. We didn't see that at all. You're not even like allowed to play music on North Beach. So South Beach is more of like a party area. North Beach is more for like if you're going with your family. And you could always Uber to either or. So get whatever price works for you. But those are really like the biggest differences that I saw. Like definitely North Beach food, half the price. We were able to get a nice breakfast under $40. It's sad. We used to get breakfast for like $10. Not no more. That shit's unheard of. It's really sad. Like, I feel like back in my day, there's not even a dollar menu anymore. Oh, yeah, life hack. Cheapest fast food option. Spicy potato, soft taco from Taco Bell. It's like $1.19. You're welcome. Get two of those. You'll be full, depending. So, recently, I just, I'm not digging people. I actually Googled it, and there's a word, I think it's called misandrothrope. Misandrothrope. Something like that. I don't know if I'm just more woke or if people just got worse. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. All I know is that every day I'm trying to get better and better. I can only control myself to a certain point. But I've been to therapy recently. My therapist thinks I'm doing great. She's the professional, so I trust her. Fuck what your opinion is. It's just been so frustrating. You know, this podcast has been my baby since day one, and people are just not consistent. People don't care about your baby. People cancel, they lie, and then, like, you try to collab with companies and they fucking lead you on, and they're like, oh, well, I will do this shit by myself, bitch. I don't think you get it. It's just discouraging at times, but I'm trying to just keep a positive mindset. Because at the end of the day, when some of you tell me that you enjoyed an episode or anything, it really does make my day. So I want to thank you all again. We're about to watch The Bachelor tonight. I already know who won, because none of you fuckers could wait to post spoilers. I was saying earlier, if I was the Bachelorette and I was not sure, I would demand another week. I would demand one more week. I don't think I could really make my decision, because a lot of people I've dated, they grew on me. I realized a lot of people that I forced a relationship with never worked out. But a lot of relationships that worked out, it's the person had to like grow on me over a span of time. So I don't know if that show would work for me. And then we watched Blink Twice last night. I'm a little late in the game, but oh my god. We're new to men taking advantage of women, huh? What is this? You need a movie to tell us that men think that they are above women and they can't control us? Everyone's talking about Jeffrey Epstein and P. Diddy, but you got people like that walking around every day. If you ever look at the statistics, it's never, not that it's never, but you're more likely to be abused or raped or taken advantage of from someone you know than a stranger. Because it takes trust to do that. And I actually got myself in a situation like so in the past. My recent past, I was controlled by somebody for about a year. It would have went on for way longer if I didn't decide to take action. And it's something that helped me grow as a person. And it gave me PTSD. And it was very harming to myself And it almost harmed other relationships that I had with people that I really cared about. So, my advice to you is if you ever have someone in your life who is constantly questioning about what's going on with you, and if you just feel like in a certain point with a relationship, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a partner, and you find that it's always you talking about yourself, pay attention to that, because that might mean that that person is holding that information to use against you later. And sadly, I learned this the hard way a few times, but this time that I'm going to talk about, I think was something that needed to happen, because I am an open book and I do like to share my experiences with many people, but you got to figure out when it's appropriate. And at this point in life, I have a podcast, so there are no longer any secrets. But at one point, I did have secrets, and I had things that I were doing that I didn't want people to know about. And it always comes to light. The truth comes out eventually. So don't be doing that shit that makes you feel guilty. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it, especially for a guy or a girl, a person. Do what's best for you and be honest. Stay true to yourself. But I'm all for make mistakes to figure out life. That too, because that's what I did. And I'm the best version of myself this time around. So, I just want to lead all of you to the right path and tell you about stories and things that I went through to maybe help you avoid those situations or navigate through them. Because that's not what I didn't have that. And it would have been nice to have someone that was like, yo, don't do that. And I've really had a lot of friends throughout my life that just kind of let me do things. And I get, like, I'm an adult, I'm taking accountability, but sometimes you need someone to tell you you're wrong. And there was a lot of times I didn't have that in life. So now I do that for myself. And I had to go through a lot of trial and error to figure things out. So, in our next episode, I'm going to tell you about a story about a time that changed my life forever, a situation that stuck with me and will never leave. And it made me a better person. And the process was terrible and dreadful, and I suffered. But in the end, everything was okay. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.